Hey now, I'm Whit, and today an unboxing of a very familiar new offering from STEELDIVE. Did you catch what the difference was in the thumbnail of the video? Are you intrigued? Well, let's find out what it is. Welcome to Watch Whit. Yeah, so not a true unboxing today because I did unbox the outer wrap because I did order several different models from STEELDIVE. So a little hint, some future STEELDIVE videos to come. But I have not seen this yet, so we will get right in and check it out. What's the difference? Still got the box, still got the warranty. Ooh, you had a watch, I dropped it. Got the warranty card and the instructions, but the difference is this watch here. So this is the brand new for 2021 SD1980. Let me get the wrap off, because if you haven't noticed it yet, you're thinking, what is the difference, right? All right, plastic is off. Have you spotted the difference? I think if you're somebody who had a problem with this on the 1970, the SD1970, you probably spotted it immediately. If you were somebody who's just a fan of the SD1970, you might be thinking, no, I don't see what the difference is. All right, cat's out of the bag. It is the chapter ring. So on the SD1970, the chapter ring is on the face, on the dial, and the Riot is just plain. Whereas in this new version, the SD1980, the chapter ring is on the Riot. So you got your minute track up on the side there, instead of on the dial itself. Subtle difference, right? But this makes everything a little more plain on the dial. If you look at the comparison to the SD1970, see how the SD1970 here on the right looks a little busier now compared to the SD1980. And so it spread out the indices a little bit. Obviously, it looks like the STEELDIVE logo is a little bigger, and as well as the automatic water resistant 200 meters at the bottom. That print is also larger. Now we're going to do some measurements here in a minute too, because for some reason this actually the SD1980 looks like a little larger case shape. I know if I hold the watches just a little off, it makes them look a lot different. Now the SD1970 is bigger, now the SD1980 is bigger. But I'll do some measurements so we can find out for sure. But the only differences I'm seeing now, so it looks like it's the same handset, which is almost kind of the bad news, because now that means that sweeping seconds hand, the stoplight seconds hand, doesn't reach all the way out to the minute track. Whereas here on the SD1970, obviously it goes right up into the edge of that minute track. So here we're a little further out, more inwards toward the dial, right? So then something else I noticed immediately is back to a male end link. So again, you've got protruding male end links. Who knows how long that will last though? Because I know there was a run during the SD1970 production where they started with female, switched to male, and then went back to female. This is actually a third generation, I guess you would call it, if you're just counting the bracelets. So this is the second run of female end links. And then let's look at, because I covered this in a video before, let's look at the, yes, see that? That's good news. This is the SD1970, and again, my version 1 of this had a deeper groove here on the backside, so you can more easily grab that crown. And so here you can see they've gone back to a larger well, if you will. The notch out here is bigger, so you can get in there easier. All right, familiarize ourselves with the measurements again. On the SD1970, I got 43.4. I remember this being a 44 millimeter case. So let's go right to the SD1980, 43.9. So this actually is just a touch bigger case, I think. I kind of saw that naturally with my eyes. Again, I'll try and let me do this, put them flat on my hand so we know the depth is the same. Yeah, see? It's just a touch bigger. That's kind of cool. I like that, actually. A lot of people can wear the SD1970 very easily with this short lug-to-lug length, and it looks like it's going to follow here in proportion to the extra diameter size of the watch. So I think this will still be a great fit, but if you have a larger wrist, maybe this is going to be just a bit nicer for you. All right, SD1970 46.4. Again, I remember that as a 47 millimeter. And then the SD1980 is 48.8. So, you know, yeah, just a touch bigger. Then if you include those protruding male end links, you're talking about 55.6 millimeters. SD1970 with 20 millimeter lug width, and SD1980 also with 20 millimeter lug width. SD1970 13.7 thickness, and the SD1980 13.8, so about the same there. The SD1970 size for my 8-inch wrist comes in at 176 grams, and the SD1980 on the supplied bracelet all links is 187 grams. Now, it's hard to see here on camera, but I'm also spotting a little bit of a color difference. The SD1980 seems to be just a tad darker. I don't know if you can really catch it here, and I'm almost wondering if this, if it's just my SD1970 has been worn and it's a little sun faded. That could be the case. I don't really know, but it's hard to see. But there is a subtle color difference in the blue. I mean, it appears to me. I could be wrong. So just a little more spacing in there. But everything seems to be, you know, identical, except like I mentioned, the logo is larger and the print is larger. Still got that beveled edge on the crystal. Let's check out this bezel. Oh, yeah. Buttery smooth. Very nice. And that is dead on. Everything seems to line up nice. Into that sunburst dial. And then you can see the radial brushing on the case. A little rough, but definitely within this price range, right? I believe these are going for, I want to say $135, I think, on AliExpress right now. So you're going to pay a little more than your SD1970, as these are generally $89 or so. So again, with the new model coming out, they're going to ask, you know, a little bit more for them and gauge their popularity. And if you were wondering as well, I don't know if I'll get one in on the channel, but I forget the model number. I'll mention it down in the comments, or rather in the description, but they also have a day-date complication now as well. And this is still the Seiko NH35A movement, 21,600 vibrations per hour and 41-hour power reserve. So sticking with that. Well, let's see it on. Today I've got another budget watch wonder, the Starking AM0184. You can check out a video on that right up there. And this is, if you're going to get this watch, you got to get it on this bracelet. It's, you know, it's part of the package. It just makes the watch that much nicer. And there it is on my 8-inch wrist. I'm not sized the bracelet or taking the plastic off, but you see, you get an idea. Yeah, it's wow. It's just a touch bigger, but I mean, you can really tell the difference. You know, you wouldn't think that low of a millimeter difference that you'd really be able to spot it, see it on wrist, but I definitely can. Well, since it's a steel dive, I suppose you want to see a lume shot, don't you? All right, bingo. Yeah, strong as ever, huh? That's exactly what you expect from them. Ah, that's beautiful. Got that bicolor lume again with the blue on the ceramic bezel and green on the dial and handset. And if you see it compared to the SD1970 on the right, it looks pretty much identical. Again, you just see more space on the indices on the SD1980. Well, what do you think of the SD1980? Does this do it for you? Is this what you've been waiting for? That chapter ring on the Riot instead of scrunched up on the dial? Is this your watch now? Or it's not much of a change and doesn't do anything for you? Let me know down in the comments. What do you think of this new SD1980 with this subtle difference of the case size and, again, the chapter ring? Love to hear your comments about it. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to have you along for the ride. Until next time, I'm Whit, with so many watches, so little time and money.